Hi there Pokefans, I am your humble host Choset Fan and you're watching Pokemon Gym Challenges. Last time we stopped right in front of Berg's gym, the Bug Gym leader, and today we enter his gym as you saw, and we are going to try and defeat Berg as the gym leader. Now theoretically we should have a significant advantage due to our typing, but Berg tends to have a few tricks up his sleeve. So let's see if we can overcome these tricks, and anyone who has ever played this game knows what his tricks are. I've seen a few videos of these games, and for me I prefer this gym layout as a bug type layout over his layout in Pokemon Black 1. Well, Swaddle is not a Pokemon that we need to worry all that much about, because he is 4 times weak to our Pokemon. So what is your preference? This specific gym with all the webbing all over the place and cocoons, or the beehive gym? I suppose that comes into your bug type specialization philosophy, and I've come up with a few of them. And when I do the bug types, I'm going to do the first philosophy, which is to be as strong as you possibly can in the bug type typing. But the second philosophy is to have a specific type in terms of being a collector. So you can be for instance, a butterfly collector and have all the various kinds of butterflies. Granted, that makes life a bit difficult for you because there's not very much space in terms of overcoming your weaknesses. But you can also be a beekeeper. Now, when I do the specialization in a specific kind, then that is what I'm going to do. When I get the courage together, and depending on the game that is available at the time, I may do a butterfly collection, and I'm also very interested in doing a beekeeper, where I suppose you can already guess who my Pokemon is going to be. Spoiler alert, it's going to be Beedrill and Wormadam. Not Wormadam. Kunbi. Those are the two main ones. Then I'll have to do some mental gymnastics in order to fill out my team. And I suppose you can strictly argue that a wasp or a bee is a kind of ant. So Durant could also be part of that team. And there's another one, can't remember, Marantis could also be part of that team. But as you can see, you'll have to do a little bit of mental gymnastics when it comes to later elements of the game. And all of this is part of the fun of the game, is to come up with these mental gymnastics and to see if you can actually defeat the champion doing these mental gymnastics. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you have an opinion on this principle. Of course, my main principle when doing the types is the basic principle of being as strong as you can against whatever you are strong against. That is principle number 1. Principle number 2 is being as strong as you can against yourself. That is why my Big Knight has that water type attack, because water and ground and rock will defeat fire types. So those other two I'll have to gain in addition to that water type attack. And then the third principle is overcoming your weaknesses. Or maybe 2 and 3 is switched around. I think they are, but those are interchangeable in any case. You need to be able to counter your weaknesses. And that is exactly what Berg does in this gym. Berg knows exactly what he is weak against, and he counters that in a very effective way. And to be honest, I will probably have 2 of the Pokemon that he has in his specific party will be part of my team when I specialize in the bug type. So we've completed a lot of this labyrinth so far, and we've faced a couple of trainers. I don't know why they are clowns or gestures or jugglers or whatever they are. I suppose it's part of the fun of being the bug type. It's kind of like yeah, I know it's the weakest type in the game, and this is a 3rd gym. So let's see how much fun we can do. And they go up and do all sorts of crazy things. And right there you see is the main culprit that is going to give us quite a bit of difficulty. This Dwebble is a rock type and a bug type, so he has some resistance to fire type attacks, and he has very effective, or it has very effective attacks against fire types. Now that is an awesome move for Berg to make. Now if the next generation of Pokemon was available to him, I am fairly certain that he would have a very specific spider in his team. Now I will also not have that specific spider in my team, so my legendary will have to double as my starter in order to get that specific water type attack. That is the plan at present. Anyone would like to guess who that is going to be? Leave a comment in the comment section below. There's a 50% chance that you will be correct. So let's heal up a bit and go out. All of these fresh waters come in quite handy. Now which hole do you think I should go into? Let's try this one at the side. And this one takes us directly to Berg. And it looks like someone tried to paint his floor and messed up quite a bit. As you can see, there's quite a lot of paint laying around, or I assume that is paint. Did anyone notice while we were going through the dialogue that there were ripples going through the place in all strange places? Now Swadloon on its own will not do very much damage to us, and it isn't even a great threat because of its 4 times weakness to fire. And I am fairly certain that even just Ember alone will completely take it out in a single hit. But as it is, Flame Wheel does the same. Let's see who his next Pokemon is going to be. Fortunately, we grow up to level 19 as well. Growlithe also wants to learn the move Reversal. Maybe it could go in the place of Sleuth. Maybe a fighting type attack might do some good. but I will be teaching it something else as soon as I possibly can. Now we're going into our Fletchender, and technically this is the worst decision I can possibly make, because Dwebble is a rock type and it is 4 times strong to fire and flying types. And Fletchender also goes to level 19. Cool. Now comes the Livani, and basically by this point it is almost a formality that we are going to win this battle, because Livani is also 4 times weak to fire type attacks. Now these are the kinds of things that the bug type trainer has to consider, because of his glaring weakness against fire types, that Livani probably survived because of some EV training that he did at some point. Should we teach Big Knight Smog? I think in the place of Odosleuth it might be quite a decent attack. So Smog only has 70% accuracy, which means that they'll be missing half of the time, and only 20 power. So should we teach it Smog or not? I think it will do quite nice in the place of Odosleuth, because I don't foresee a situation in which I will need Odosleuth in the near future. Okay, so I decided not to teach Big Knight Odosleuth Smog, because I don't foresee a reason to have Smog. Fire already takes care of everything poison does. So we have defeated Berg. Finally, we get our 3rd badge, and again there are the rippling on the floor of the gym grounds. So our case appears and we are awarded the next badge. Now let's get out of here and see what else we can do. While I admire all of this rippling going on, and completely ignoring all of the dialogue that is going on. Struggle Bug seems to be quite a decent bug type attack. I don't think I'll be using it anytime soon, because nothing actually happens in the city as we walk out. I was expecting some interruption, as these games like to do. Did you notice that I walked into that poster over there? That's quite a nice feature. Didn't expect to see that kind of realism in this kind of game. It's a pity it doesn't carry over into every other game afterwards, as far as I know. But now we are going to go out of the city and find the next route so that we can go on with the game and maybe go and fight Eliza, who is also going to be quite a difficult trainer for us to battle. But as you can see over there, first we have to get past Chorus, and he is not as difficult in this game as he is in future installments of specializations of this specific game. That is predominantly because, as in the bug type gym, he has a lot of at least 3 steel type Pokemon, and we have 4 fire type Pokemon. Now in future installments, when I specialize in other stuff, we will in all likelihood be at the disadvantage against Chorus in this scenario. But he wants to talk a lot of nonsense with us first. Feel free to pause and read all of the things he is saying if you're interested in that. Oh, I thought we were at to battle him. Turns out he wants to meet up in Route 4 and battle us over there. It is predominantly to show us a device he has designed, and to battle us, of course. But first we have to talk to Bianca, and she gives us a dowsing machine. The dowsing machine is quite a good device to have, but I don't use it all that much, predominantly because of my personality and the fact that I want to get through the game as quickly as possible. It also gives us a habitat list. Would be nice to know, but you can only know that if you encountered the Pokemon already, then it will give you the habitat list. Now if it's an enemy Pokemon that you encounter and it gives you the habitat list for that Pokemon in the real world, in any case, if you want that Pokemon, you know where to find it, which is quite nice. So none of these guys actually give us anything. Now on to go and face Chorus. But first we have to fight this breeder over here. And the good thing about this breeder is that you can just go back and forth into the little path that we just came out of and back to this breeder, and she will fight you every single time. That gives you a good way to grind some experience as well as grinding some money, because she gives you money every single time. Now I don't know why I used reversal over here. Maybe it's because of who I have out, because fighting type attacks don't do very much against ground type Pokemon. Granted, fire type attacks don't do all that much either, but clearly, as you see over here, the fire type attack did a lot more than the fighting type attack. Okay, next is Marill. So how are we going to deal with Marill, which is a water and fairy type? I don't know if it's a fairy type in this specific game yet, but it is a fairy type, which would put Pignite, who I have brought out, into a double disadvantage. But for now, let's see what Arm Thrust does to this Marill. Doesn't do as much damage as I was hoping it would do. It goes for rollout, which is devastating against us. At least we have a lot of health, and the first rollout doesn't do all that much. It does build on later on, but luckily we managed to take it out with our Arm Thrust. And Pignite goes to level 21. Now if you notice that double exclamation mark in the beginning, you would know that I had done this grinding over here as I had mentioned. But this is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this show, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you and goodbye.